chapter is chemical bonding. This is one of the most important topic. So let's see what is chemical bonding. So before we know a chemical bonding, first of all, we must understand a term, chemical bond. So what is chemical bond? So as a name suggests, chemical bond, the force of attraction between the two atoms of a molecules. Again I am repeating, what is chemical bond? The force of attraction between the two atoms of a molecule is termed as chemical bond. So here, the force of attraction between the two atoms of a molecule. Here I am saying the force of attraction, or you say the linkage of two atoms whenever combined together, then it termed as what? Bond. So here the force of attraction between the two atoms of a molecule is known as what? Bond. So this one is very important chapter. So here the chemical bond term is very clear. The force of attraction between the two atoms of a molecules. Now before we go to the topic, how many types of bond? Basically there are two types of bond. One is the electrovalent bond, second one is covalent bond, third one is also coordinate or ionic bond also. So basically the two types of bond there, one is the electrovalent or you say the ionic bond, second one is covalent bond. So before we go to that very topic, first of all we should have to be understand the term. The name of the term is ion. So what is ion? Ion is nothing, just it is a charged particle contained in an atom. Ion is what? The charged particle contained in an atom. So the ion is what? The charged particle. Whatever the charged particle contained in an atom is termed as what? Ion. Because in this chapter we discussed the chemical bond, na? So that's why we must have to be clear all the things, all the terms. So chemical bond is clear because the bond is nothing, just it is a what? Linkage of two atoms. I am just giving an example here before we go further. Here example is, suppose take example of NaCl or MgCl2, whatever, HCl and so on. So here the sodium and chloride, what? The sodium and chloride make a bond so that they makes their possibility to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration, because you know that why any atoms required to form a bond? Is there any condition necessary for the formation of bond? Yes. As we know, each and every elements need to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. Clear? So you see in the 18th group of the element, helium is the only metal which has the two valence electron in their valence shell. Rest all other elements which are namely such as neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, they all fulfill the valence electron is 8 except helium. So the 0 group element, or you say the 18th group of the element, all the elements are stable, or you say the inert gas to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. Getting? So to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration, it must be achieve either duplet or octet. Here I am saying to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि हर एलिमेंट्स यह चाहता है कि हम स्टेबल हो जाएं, तो स्टेबल होने के लिए उसको क्या होना पड़ेगा? आइदर उसे डुप्लेट होना पड़ेगा और या फिर उसे ऑक्टेट होना पड़ेगा. हम लोग आयन पर भी आएंगे, फर्दर आयन पे आएंगे। मैंने यहाँ पे टर्म्स आयन लिख दिया है, आयन पे भी आएंगे, लेकिन इसके समझने से पहले बॉन्ड जो मैं बात कर रहा था, बॉन्ड है क्या, बॉन्ड को अच्छे से हम लोग समझ लें। तो बॉन्ड क्या मैंने बताया, द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन टू एटम्स ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स। Here the two atoms, sodium and the chlorine, these two atoms combine together. So in magnesium chloride also the two atoms combine together. So why this one is needed to be combined with one atom to another? Because to become stable, to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration, so that each and every element need to be what, to fulfill the outermost cell that is nearest to the possibility of octet or either to become a duplet. So that's why each and every element to achieve the nearest inert gas electronic configuration, so that to become stable, so that's why the bonding is required. Now how this one take place, let's see. If I am saying this one take place with the help of by the lose or gain of electron, or you say the mutual share of electron. When I am saying either lose or gain of electron, then it is formed ionic bond. And when I am saying here, when the mutual sharing of electron take place, that is termed as covalent bond. But we discuss these all two types of bond in further. But now here we discuss why, before we discuss the ion, why any atom need to be form a bond to fulfill the condition of duplet or octet. So what the duplet? The duplet means that if an atom fulfill two electron in their valence shell. Example is, take an example, helium, that is in K shell, the electron there is what, 2. This one is the exception case. So when the element achieve the either duplet or either octet, so helium whenever attain the valence electron, that is 2 in their K shell, then it is termed as duplet, number 1. Second thing is what, octet. So octet means what, if an atom fulfill 8 valence electron, 8 valence electron. So if the atom fulfill the 8 valence electron, then it become octet. Just octet means what, all the elements, helium, neon, suppose neon, clear. So neon, the atomic number is what, 10. So electronic configuration is what, 2 and 8. In K cell 2 electron, L cell 8 electron. So see here, neon, the outermost cell, that is valence cell, contain 8 electron. So it achieved the nearest electronic configuration. So that's why I am saying here the neon is what, stable. Neon never react in atmosphere. So the element is said to be stable whenever they fulfill the either duplet or either octet. So this one is the condition necessary to become or attain the nearest gas electronic configuration. So that's the chemical bond is very, very necessary. So chemical bond term is clear. So chemical bond, again I am repeating, the force of attraction between the two atoms of a molecules is termed as what, chemical bond. So what the conditions for the formation of chemical bond? The condition is there either to be either lose or gain, but the condition to be there to be lose or gain for what purpose? To become either octet or either to become a duplet. या तो वो octet हो जाए या फिर क्या हो जाए, duplet हो जाए. तभी वो क्या होगा, स्टेबल होगा, क्योंकि हर एलिमेंट चाहता है कि हम क्या हो जाए, स्टेबल हो जाए। स्टेबिलिटी की कंडीशन तभी आएगी जब वो डुप्लेट या ऑक्टेट हो जाए। लेकिन ये करेगा कैसे, हाउ इट पॉसिबल टू अटेन this one condition, either one of the condition duplet or other one is what, octet. Let's see. I'm saying here the formation of duplet or octet, then the atom of an element is become what, stable. See how. See, I am saying here, suppose I am giving one example. Suppose sodium, NaCl I am saying here, sodium chloride. So in sodium their atomic number is what, 11. Clear? So electronic configuration it is 281. So it one electron lose to form what, sodium ion. Getting? So when sodium loses one electron, then their valence electron become their 8. So then we say that the sodium becomes stable when one electron loses. Getting? So whenever the one electron loses from their valence shell, then the sodium becomes stable. So in the same way, the chlorine, its atomic number is 17. So 2, 8, 7, their electronic configuration. So here there is no need to be lose their 7 electron. This one is easy to gain 1 electron rather than to what, lose 7 electron. So chlorine need 1 electron and to become what, chlorine anion, that is negative charge, electronegative charge. So here the sodium lose one of the electron and chlorine gain one of the electron. So this one, whenever the sodium loses or gain of the electron, then there is form a bond. The name of the bond is termed as what, ionic bond. But before we go in details that what are the condition for the ionic bond, first of all we must have to clear here what the ion is there. In previously I was just told here, that is what is ion. Let's see. Ion, here the term ion, as previously I was told, ion is what, charged particle contained in an atom. Charged particle contained in an atom. So whatever the charged particle contained in an atom is termed as what, ion. Number 1. So how many types of ion? One is the cation, or you say the positive charge, and second one is anion. One is the cation, second one is anion, negative charge. Getting? So cation means what, positive charge, anion means what, negative charge. Here the two charges, that is said to be what, ion. Each and every compound there must be a charge, one cation, second one is what, anion. Now what do you mean by cation? If anybody can ask what is cation, then what you say, cation, if an atom of an element lose their electron from their valence shell, from their valence shell, to fulfill the nearest inert gas configuration, to fulfill the nearest inert gas configuration. Here the sodium having the atomic number 11, so electronic configuration 281. So if the sodium lose one electron, then it forms what? Sodium ion, that is cation. So what I am saying here, if an element has the tendency to what? Lose one electron, or not only one electron, it loses 1, 2, 3. Clear here? If an atom of an element lose their electron, how much electron? Either 1, 2 or 3, because it is quite easy to lose 1, 2 or 3 electrons. Getting? So if an atom of an element lose their 1, 2 or 3 electron, then it is termed as cation. So here the sodium lose their 1 electron to form an electropositive charge. Getting? So this one is said to be what? Cation. This one is said to be cation. Take another example. In magnesium, atomic number is 12, 2, 8, 2. So here magnesium 2 electron loses to form what? Magnesium 2 plus ion. Why I am saying here 2 plus ion? Because magnesium lose 2 electron. So if the magnesium lose 2 electron from their valence shell, for what purpose? To become a stable, to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. So that's why I am saying magnesium is what? Cation, or is it the electropositive charge? Why I am saying here electropositive charge containing? Because this one is the magnesium lose their 2 electron from their valence shell. Why? To fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. So this one is necessary to become a stable, either to be lose or either to be gain. So here the magnesium lose 2 of their electron from their valence shell. So that's why sodium, magnesium, these all are, you take the example, all the elements which belong from the group 1, here I am saying group 1, that is alkali metal, they all loses their electron. In the same way in group 2, as I discussed in previous video, I was taught a chapter, the name of the chapter is periodic table. All the metals, their property to what? Lose electron. Because in previous standard, in 9th standard, you might learn theirs or read there, most of the metal has the tendency to what? Lose electron. So now this one is very easy to make a clear point here, that all the metals are what? All the metals are reducing agent. Here next point I am saying here, metals are what? Metals are reducing agent, while non-metals are reducing agent, while non-metals are oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. Getting? So always remember this one thing, that the metals are reducing agent. Why I am saying reducing agent? Because all the metals need to be lose their electron, so that to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration, while the non-metal always gain their electron to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. So that's why I am saying all the metals are reducing agent, while the non-metals are said to be what? Oxidizing agent. This one is the point. So here the cation term is clear. Now next, anion. Anion is the what? Anion is very simple. You take a vice versa condition here. In anion, see, in anion means what? The negative charge particles. So if an atom if an atom of an element, if an atom of an element has the property to gain electron. So if an atom of an element has the property to gain electron, then it always formed what? Anion. So what the valence electron here? Valence electron here, the valence electron 5, 6 and 7. So 5, 6, 7, if their valence electron is there, then it always formed anion. Why? Because not it is easy to lose 5, 6 or 7 electrons rather than it to gain electron. Getting 1, 2 and 3 electrons gain there easily rather than to lose electron. So if an element gain their electron to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration, then we say here anion, or we say the negative charge or electronegative. So all the non-metals, take an example, chlorine. So here atomic number is what? 17. When I'm writing here electronic configuration 287, see 287 is here, so here 7 electron lose. No, it not be possible to lose their 7 electron. So what? It gain electron. How much? 1 electron. If 1 electron gained by the chlorine atom, then it become chlorine anion. So their electronic configurations here 2, 8, 8. Clear? So this one is the argon nearest to the possible there. That is what? Argon. Getting? So it is the possible to gain 1 electron rather than to lose electron. क्लोरीन को क्या है? 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वो गेन कर लेगा. जब 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन वो गेन कर लिया तो क्लोरीन क्या हो गया? नियरेस्ट गैस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन आर्गन के नजदीक में चला आया. तो मैं यहां पे ये कहना चाह रहा हूं कि जो अनायन है वो क्या कर रहा है? इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को गेन कर रहा है. जो कटायन था वो क्या कर रहा था? लूज कर रहा था इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को. ये चीज. फिर इसके बाद हम लोग एक और एग्जांपल देख ले. क्या यहां पे देखते हैं? सपोज ऑक्साइड्स देखते हैं. एटॉमिक नंबर्स की कितनी है? 8. हियर द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिगरेशन 2, 6. So here it's not possible to lose 6 electron rather than to gain 2 electron. So here oxygen gain 2 electron. So here 2 minus charge is here. Getting? So this one is the anion to gain a electron. So it becomes a what? 2, 8 nearest to possible of their what? Neon. To attain the nearest gas electronic configuration, that is what? Neon. It is easy to gain 2 electrons. So what I'm saying here? I am saying here the anion. Anion means what? If an atom of an element, their tendency to what, or the property to what, gain their electron. So then it forms what? Anion. So all the anions are what? Non-metals. The elements which belong to the 17th group of element you see there, that is a halogen family. All the elements, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, antistine, that all elements belong to there is what? A halogen family, that is a salt former. So all that elements belong to the 17th group is termed as what? Anions. All the metals, because they all have the tendency to gain electron. Now so here the term cation and anion is clear. Now, second thing, on the basis of the charge, I am just giving you differentiate here. What the difference between of this cation and anion? Now, one thing is here, because this one is very important question, may be asked What? So what the difference between the sodium atom and sodium ion? See here, because this one is the question, difference between, or you'd say differentiate between sodium atom and sodium ion. So make a column here, sodium atom, here sodium ion. As first, sodium atom is here what? Electrically neutral. Here I am saying what? Sodium atom. It means what? The sodium atom is what? Electrically neutral. When I am saying electrically neutral, it is electrically neutral. Why I am saying neutral? Because the sodium atom has tendency to lose electron to fulfill the nearest gas electronic configuration, so that's why it becomes stable. So electrically neutral. Here it contains 1 unit positive charge, 1 unit positive charge. This one is the first difference. Now second one, what the difference between sodium atom and sodium ion? The first, it is electrically neutral. Number one, it contains 1 unit positive charge. Now when I am saying on the basis of toxicity, it is toxic. It is toxic because when you engulf sodium directly, then it reacts with their so many chemicals within the body cells, and it is very harmful, leading to death. So it is what? Toxic in nature. So sodium ion, it is non-toxic. It is non-toxic. Why I am saying non-toxic? Because when you eat this sodium chloride as in the form of salt, then it's a chemical composition not to be react in our body. Understand? So that's why the sodium ion is what? Non-toxic, while the sodium atom is what? Very toxic. Now third one is, it has a stable electronic configuration. It is a stable electronic configuration. Here it is unstable. It is unstable. It is what? Unstable. So it fulfills the nearest gas electronic configuration. So that's why it is said to be what? It is a stable, any electronic configuration, while it is what? Said to be unstable. Now next one is there. It is a smaller in size. As we compare in size, it is a smaller in size. Sodium atom is what? A smaller in size, while here it is bigger in size. It is bigger in size. Why I am saying here bigger in size? Let's see. Suppose I am giving example of sodium. Its atomic number is what? 11281. Electronic configuration here. So here sodium 1 electron lose to form sodium ion, that is 1 unit positive charge. Here to fulfill it becomes what? 2, 8, lose their 1 electron. So see here. Here the number of proton is what? 11. Number of electron is also 11. Getting? So now here the number of proton is how much? 11. But number of electron is here is what? 10. So see what I am saying here. Here the number of cell is how much? 3. But here the number of cell is only 2. As we as we discussed in previous chapter, that whenever the number of cell goes increases, it means atomic size increases. So if the atomic size increases, then the size of their atom is what? Bigger, because here 3 cell is here, while in here 2 cell is here. Getting? So that's why I am saying the sodium atom has bigger in size, while the sodium ion has smaller in size, because it is the 2 cells. So here I am written, it is a smaller in size, it is in what? Bigger in size. It is stable electronic configuration, it is unstable. Ion is what? Unstable. It is toxic in nature, it is non-toxic in nature. It is electrically neutral, it contains 1 unit positive charge. So this one is the difference between the sodium atom and sodium ion. Now on the same base, here also the difference between anion. What the difference between anion it means that ion and anion. So what the difference? Here I am just telling you differentiate between the atom, that's a sodium atom. I am just giving you example, sodium atom and their sodium ion. So in the same way, here I am saying the difference between the anion. Take one example here. If you want to take example, chlorine atom, which take as a what? Chlorine is what? Act as a anion, and ion. So see, here the chlorine atom is here, and here chlorine ion is here. Clear? So what the difference? Here in the same way, there is no need to be right here, but see here the same way the difference between whatever the differentiate between the sodium atom and their ion. Here it is chlorine atom is what? Unstable, while there is chlorine ion is what? Stable. But one thing is here, the chlorine ion, the size is bigger than the chlorine atom. Keep in mind, this one is a reversible case here. I am saying here, the size of the chlorine ion is bigger than the size of the chlorine atom. This one is very important to be keep in mind here. Just see how. Suppose I am giving one example, chlorine. Clear? Chlorine atom I am written here. 17 their electron atomic number. So what the electronic configuration? 287. Clear? So here one electron need to become stable to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. So here chlorine minus charge, and the 2, 8, see 2, 8 and 8 Kl and M cell, that to become a nearest neon. So see here the number of proton is here 17. The number of electron is here. How much electron is here? 17. But now in chlorine ion, the number of proton is here 17. But the number of electron is here. How much? There 16. Getting? Number of electron is there is here is what? 16. Because one of the electron is need to become stable to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. But what you are seeing here, the sodium atom also has how much? 3 cell, and the chlorine ion also has 3 cell. Then here I am saying the size of the chlorine ion is bigger rather than the size of chlorine atom. Why? See, because one of the here the electron which take part in a chemical reaction. So here the electron cloud is be there what? Give a sizes become more. So if electron sizes becomes more due to the electron cloud is be there. So that's why the ion, that is said to be chlorine ion is bigger than the size of the chlorine atom. This one is the point. So this one is very important to know the differentiation between the chlorine atom and chlorine ion. Now, after knowing all this thing, now first just I summarize here the firstly chemical bond. Chemical bond is what? The force of attraction between the two atoms of a molecule is termed as what? Chemical bond. So why there is need to be the formation of bond? There is need to be the formation of bond to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration, that is either to form a duplet or either to form a what? Octet. This one is a condition. Getting? So this one is the condition which is very, very important. So then after I taught about the ions. What is ion? How many the ions? Basically the two. One is the cation and anion. Now in next video we discuss about the types of bond. How many types of bond? What are the conditions necessary for bond? So in next video I will teach all the types of bond in details. Thank you for watching me. A new subtopic that is in chemical bond, that is types of bond. In previous video I was told earlier that chemical bond, why the chemical bond, what the necessary condition for the formation of chemical bond, what is ion, how many types of ion, what is the difference between the atom and their ion. I was told in previous video all the things. So in this video I am going to tell you about the types of bond. Here basically the three types of bond is here. One is there electrovalent bond, or you say ionic bond. Clear? Second one is covalent bond, or you say molecular bond, and third one is coordinate bond, or you say co-ionic bond. Clear? So there are three types of bond. One is their electrovalent bond, second one is covalent bond, third one is coordinate bond, or you say the co-ionic bond. Let we discuss here one by one. First, we understand what is electrovalent bond. See, this one is very simple. See how I am saying simple. Electrovalent bond means what? Those element which has tendency to lose or gain of electron. What I am saying here, whenever the element of a compound is say, so element of compound has tendency to lose or gain of element. Take an example here. Take one instance, that is NaCl. So what is NaCl? So sodium atom loses their one electron while the chlorine atom gain their one electron. Here the sodium atom, their atomic number there is what? 11. Electronic configuration 281. So one electron lose. So then it forms what? Sodium ion, sodium cation, you say, electropositive charge. While here The chlorine, its atomic number there is what? 17. So electronic configuration 287. So here 1 electron is needed to become stable. So here chlorine anion electronegative charge. So what I am saying here, whenever the sodium loses their 1 electron, then it forms 2,8, that is nearest electronic gas, that is what? Neon. In the same way, whenever the chlorine gets their 1 electron, then it forms 288, that is nearest argon. Getting? So if any element of a compound has the tendency to lose or gain of their electron, then it always formed ionic bond, or we say the electrovalent bond. Always. So whenever the formation of their metal and non-metal, whenever the combination of their metal and non-metal, NaCl is metal, Na is what? Metal, Cl is what? Non-metal. So whenever the metal react with their non-metal, then it always formed ionic bond. And you all know that the metal is what? Reducing agent, while the non-metal is what? Oxidizing agent. So always here what I am saying, so here the loss of electron and gain of electron is also. So as we know, whenever the loss of electron, then that is said to be oxidation. So sodium metal what? Loses their 1 electron, while the chlorine atom gain their electron, and we know whenever the gain of electron, then it is termed as reduction. So here the loss and gain of electron both take place simultaneously. If the loss or gain of electron take place simultaneously in a same reaction, then we also known as redox reaction. Redox reaction. Yes or no? So what I am saying, if the atom has the tendency to what? Lose their electron, and another atom has the tendency to what? Gain of electron. And as we know, whenever the element has the tendency to both loss and gain of electron simultaneously in a same reaction, so then it is said to be what? Redox reaction. So here I am saying here, the ionic bond or the electrovalent bond always formed a what type of reaction? That is redox reaction. Why? Because both by loss of electron and gain of electron take place simultaneously. So that's why I am saying here. So I hope this term is clear. This type, the first type of bond is clear. That is electrovalent bond, or we say the ionic bond. Now, here the question, what the condition necessary for the formation of electrovalent bond? Because this electrovalent bond term is clear. Now, what are the condition? I am saying here, conditions necessary for the formation of electrovalent bond. Electrovalent bond. So what are the electrovalent, or you say the ionic bond? So what are the conditions necessary? Let's see. Number 1, first, low ionization energy. Number 1 is what? Low ionization energy. This one is the first point, first condition. Second, high electron affinity. High electron affinity. And third one is there, large electronegativity differences. Large electronegativity differences. See what I am saying. There are 3 conditions necessary for the formation of electrovalent bond. That is what? Low ionization energy, high electron affinity, and third one is large electronegativity differences. Students, in previous video, that is in periodic table, I was taught earlier that what is ionization energy, electron affinity, as well as electronegativity differences. So this one is the three conditions necessary for the formation of electrovalent bond or ionic bond. Let's see one by one how this one take place. See, first condition I am saying here what? Low ionization energy. So it means what? The ionization energy whenever low, then the ionic bond form. See, recall what I was told about the ionization energy. You know, ionization energy. Ionization energy means what? The amount of energy required to lose an electron to form an isolated gaseous atom. Again, I am repeating. What is ionization energy? The amount of energy required to remove an electron to form an isolated gaseous atom, then it is termed as ionization energy. This one is clear. But now I am saying here low ionization energy, not high. I am saying here what? Low ionization energy. Why I am saying low? See, in a first group of PT, what you see there? Helena करे रब से फरिया, that is hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. This one is the trick I was told in PT. So see, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Cesium is the most electropositive elements. Francium is the radioactive element. So that's why I am saying here the cesium is the most electropositive. So see, why I am saying here, when as we move from top to bottom in a PT, what I say here, number of cell goes increases, 1 cell, 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell, 1 2 3 4 cell and so on. So as we move from top to bottom in a PT, the number of cell goes increases, the addition of cell goes increases. So if once the number of cell goes increases, the atomic size goes increases. So as the atomic size goes increases, the force of attraction goes decreases from their valence electron, which is present in a valence cell. See what I am saying here, whenever we just go down or top to bottom in a PT, then what I am saying here, as we move top to bottom in a PT, the number of cell goes increases. So if once the number of cell goes increases, their atomic size goes increases. And if their atomic size goes increases, then what? The force of attraction, the nuclear force of attraction goes decreases. So if the nuclear force of attraction goes decreases, then their ionization energy also goes decreases. So that's easy to be remove their electron rather than to gain electron. Yes. So here I am saying the low ionization energy. So I am just giving one example, NaCl. Clear? So in Na, their atomic number is what? 11, 2, 8, 1. So it lose their 1 electron to form what? Na plus charge, or you say the positive charge, that is cation. See, so here 2, 8, 1, it means what? Here 1 electron. So it is easy to lose there, na? So if they are easy to lose their electron, so that in the chlorine gain their 1 electron. See, chlorine 17 atomic number is here, 287 electronic configuration. So here 1 electron needed to form this what? Chlorine anion, that is said to be negative charge, that is 288 to fulfill their nearest electronic configuration, that is argon. So what I am saying, one of the sodium atom of an element, that is what? Lose their 1 electron, while the chlorine atom gain their 1 electron. Why the chlorine atom gain their electron? See, as we move from left to right in a PT, getting the number of cell constant, but size goes decreases. See what I am saying here, as we move from left to right in a PT, the number of cell constant, so chlorine belongs to the second period of the element, so 2 number of cell is be there. But as we move from left to right, the number of cell constant, but the size goes decreases. So if once the size goes decreases, the force of attraction goes increases. So that's why it is not possible to lose their electron from their valence shell. So then what? The electron from their valence shell not loses, but it gain their electron to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. So that's why I am saying the sodium atom is here losing their electron, while the chlorine atom is what? Gaining electron. So how much sodium atom losing? 1 electron, so plus 1 charge is here. And chlorine, how much electron gain? 1 electron is gaining here. So minus 1 electronegative charge is here. So whenever the low ionization energies be there, then it always formed a what? Electrovalent bond, or you say the ionic bond. This one is clear. Low ionization energy, this one is the first condition. Now, second, in the same way, the magnesium chloride also losing or gaining of electron. Magnesium 2 electron loses, and Cl2, 2 atom of chlorine is there, so 2 atom of chlorine gain 2 electron. So that's why the magnesium chloride also formed the electrovalent bond. So this was the first condition, that is low ionization energy. Second one is electron affinity. Electron affinity. So electron affinity, I was also told in previous video. What is electron affinity? The amount of energy what? Release. I am saying, just listen carefully. The amount of energy released to gain an electron to form an isolated gaseous atom. So see, what in a 17 group of element? I am saying here previously chlorine, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. And this time the fluorine is the most active non-metal. Getting what I am saying? Because that all element that belong to the 17 group of elements are oxidizing agent. They all have what? High, there is, when we move from top to bottom is there is also the number of cell goes increases. But here I am saying when we move from left to right in a PT, the number of cell constant size goes decreases. So in a chlorine, the electrons gain their electrons. See, in chlorine 17, 287 is here. So what? Here 1 electron is needed to gain. So chlorine minus sign, 288 is here. So 1 electron is needed here. 1 electron is needed here to become stable to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. So electron affinity is what? Whenever low electron affinities not be there, high electron affinities be there. Always keep in mind what the condition? High electron affinity. It means what? The condition of affinity or to combine. Affinity means what? To combine an electron to fulfill the inert gas electronic configuration. That is must be high. So whenever the high electron affinities be there, low ionization is be there, then it always formed what type of bond? Ionic bond, or you say the electrovalent bond. This one is the second condition. Now, third condition. Third condition is there, high electronegativity differences. See, third one, high electronegativity differences. So means what? What I am saying, high electronegativity differences. It means that what? Whenever the electronegativity differences is there is high, so that's their condition to what? Gain their electron. As we move from left to right in a PT, their condition is what? Goes increases of gaining electron as we move from left to right. So that's whenever I am saying the differences between the alkali metal and the halogen family, their electronegativity difference is what? High. So if as we move from left to right, their electronegativity differences goes high, and in that condition it always formed a bond. What type of bond? Electrovalent bond, or you say the ionic bond. So these all are the conditions which is very necessary for the formation of ionic bond. So students, in this video I am just clear only the electrovalent bond. Now in next video we will discuss the other types of bond, that is covalent bond and the coordinate bond. So thank you for watching this one, all things. In next video we will just discuss the other types of bond. Thank you.